A cursed wedding. What mystical force dragged the young fiancé into the other world? And who summoned the entity? Don't miss out. The clairvoyance will reveal the secret of a deadly love triangle. This is Psychic Investigations. There are only true and impressive stories here. People who call themselves clairvoyants investigate intricate criminal cases and shocking paranormal phenomena. On March 8, 2019, this young man arrived at his girlfriend's house with a bouquet of 101 roses. In the presence of her mother, he got down on one knee and proposed to her.
She agreed. She said yes.
However, the wedding never took place. The day after the proposal, Tetiana, his fiancée, ended up in the intensive care unit and soon died.
It's so difficult without her.
The grief-stricken parents believe an otherworldly force took their daughter to the beyond, because nobody dies that suddenly, being only 21. The mother asks the psychics to come and unravel this mystery.
Who, why, and how? My husband and I can't find the answers alone.
According to the mother, on March 9th, her daughter was cheerful and happy. She and her fiancé were discussing their upcoming wedding at home when, all of a sudden, she pointed in front of her as if she saw someone invisible.
She looked at me like that. Look, she said, pointing her finger, and then she fainted.
After that, terrible seizures began.
The ambulance rushed her to the intensive care. They first diagnosed meningitis, and then said it was meningoencephalitis. Some doctors said the former, and the others the latter.
Tetiana's condition worsened every day. The doctors couldn't provide any prognosis. They claimed it was an anomaly they couldn't explain.
Professors and specialists from Kiev arrived, and they even consulted foreign medics. But nobody could find the cause.
Desperate to save her daughter, the mother even invited priests to the hospital.
We brought in 5 priests. They said the doctors could do nothing, as the reason she was there was not medical.
Until the very end, Tetiana's parents and fiancé believed that their beloved girl would wake up.
We hoped she'd open her eyes, and everything would be fine.
But the miracle didn't happen. Tetiana never emerged from her coma. 2 weeks later, on April 3rd, her heart stopped beating. She was 21.
She died in our arms. We never left her side. Her heart simply stopped.
The mother dressed her daughter in a wedding gown, but not for the wedding, but for the funeral. And her fiancé kissed her, but she was lying in the coffin, lifeless. But what's most horrifying is that just 4 years before that, Tetiana's mother buried her elder son, Serhiy. He had a wife and a little daughter left.
His blood pressure increased rapidly. He collapsed next to his car, and then seizures started. Then he slipped into a coma, and that was it.
He suffered a stroke at only 26 years old, and like his sister, he experienced strong seizures and slipped into a coma before passing away. The woman lost her both children, barely in their 20s, and she describes it as living through true hell. Now, she can only talk to them at the cemetery.
My precious son, my dear children, now you are both gone. Our darling children, both are gone.
The mother suspects that her son took her daughter away, claiming that before the tragedy, on the night of March 8th, Tetiana saw her deceased brother in a dream. She woke up in tears.
I asked her, "What's the matter?" And she said, "Mom, I had a dream of Serhiy. He said he wanted 30 white roses." I said, "Well, he would be 30 on May 3rd. Maybe that's why he asked for the 30 white roses."
But in her dream, Tetiana told her brother, "On the 3rd day, there will be 21 roses of different colors." At that time, no one could guess what it meant.
And she passed away on April 3rd, exactly a month before his birthday.
On Tetiana's grave, Mikhailo put a bouquet of 21 roses of different colors that represented her age. The mother doesn't understand why Serhi would take away his sister or why such tragedy befell their family.
I would appreciate it if the psychics came and helped us understand the reason.
2 psychics from our project, Olena Kurilova and Rubina Tsibulska, agreed to help.
Last night, I tuned in to the photos of the deceased brother and sister. And then I woke up in the middle of the night and saw Tetiana's spirit in front of me. She said the wedding was cursed. I see 2 wax dolls of the bride and the groom. I see someone tear off the head of the groom's figure right before the wedding.
Like voodoo dolls, looks like a curse. Hello.
Hello?
God, hello. I've been looking forward to your arrival. My name is Tetiana. Please come with me.
You suspect that your son took your daughter away.
Yes,
Do you have his personal items left?
I do. I took these from the hospital. It's all I have left from him.
After Serhi died, he didn't only visit his sister, but also you. You saw him.
I saw him at home. It sent shivers down my spine.
Tetiana says she spent 2 sleepless nights at the hospital by her son's side while he was in a coma, and on the 3rd night she went home to rest for at least a few hours.
I was lying awake. Then I saw him come into the room. He walked around the room and then went out through the window. And then they called me and said he died.
Your son keeps coming back to this world because of his little daughter. He's worried about her. She's in danger, just like your son and daughter.
But why?
Serhi didn't take his sister to the other world. He appeared in her dream to warn her about the danger. Your children are victims of the same force, and I sense that their deaths are connected to a woman. Your son is here. He's embracing you, Tetiana. He said, "Save my daughter," and then he vanished.
I just can't understand why or who could do such things.
Quiet.
I think I heard something.
The voice is young and clear.
My Tetiana?
She's over there. Come on. She's calling us in there.
This is Tetiana's room.
Tetiana, come to us. She's here.
My Tetiana? No one touched it. She stood in the middle of the room, but the curtain swayed and the candle flickered immediately.
She sang softly.
Tetiana, my baby.
You talked to me, but I couldn't respond. You said everything would be fine.
I told her, everything will be fine, Tetiana.
Your daughter senses that her fiancé is nearby. She says, "Call Mikhailo."
Mikhailo arrived to find out from the psychics who killed his fiancée.
She says, "You made me happy." She's grateful to you for your care and love.
Be brave.
I can't live without you. I can't accept that you're no longer with us.
She says she loves the ring you gave her.
The ring with a little gem, just as she wanted.
Did you put it in her coffin?
Yes.
She says, give it to him. What does she mean?
It's probably for Mikhailo.
This?
Thanks.
She says, I didn't have time to give it to you.
It turns out that before her death, Tetiana prepared a gift for Mikhailo, which only her mother knew about.
She says, find the strands to live. Find the strands. And be happy. For her.
I will. I'll do it for her.
Tetiana's spirit showed me a young woman kneeling and saying something about a child. And I also heard her say, don't take him away.
At that moment, I heard the voice of Tetiana's daughter. She said, look for the woman who didn't want the wedding. Tetiana, I see you're not feeling well. Let's go outside for some fresh air.
What's that?
Your daughter's spirit wants me to look in the mirror.
She probably wants to add something.
I see a groom and a bride in the mirror. 2 wax dolls. The male figure seems to be missing its head. I saw this image earlier today. What is it?
My son was married. There was a large wedding cake, and we bought those figurines. They were made of wax, the bride and the groom. We put them on the cake, but the groom's head broke off.
The woman says that her daughter-in-law's mother was responsible for decorating the cake, and she still doesn't understand what happened to the groom's figurine.
I mentioned to Rubina this morning that this resembles voodoo magic.
Look for the woman who didn't want the wedding. Could the spirit mean your daughter-in-law's mother?
Once, we were entertaining them at home. I was running around carrying plates, and she probably didn't expect me to come in. My daughter-in-law, Maria, was there, and her mother said, don't worry, darling. All of this will be yours, the house and everything in it.
So she told her daughter all your property would be hers, right?
Yes.
That's a twist. Well, if she killed your entire family, then indeed, all your property would be hers. Could it be a curse on your family then?
She told me, your Tetiana won't live past 20. And I said, why are you saying such things to me?
This is awful. Serhi's spirit warned us that his daughter was in danger. Perhaps it's because she lives with that woman. Where does she live?
It's not far from here. I'm afraid.
We'll talk to her first.
Only Oksana, the mother of Tetiana's daughter-in-law, and her granddaughter live in the house. After her husband's death, the girl's mother went to work abroad.
Hello.
Hello.
Tetiana asked us for help.
Where is she?
She's here.
Could I see her then?
Tetiana.
Why did you tell Tetiana her daughter would soon die and all her property would be your daughter's?
That's what you said at my home.
My God, what are you talking about?
I heard you say to your son-in-law, you should be grateful you're still alive.
And I said that?
You did.
I want to know why my son went to you as a healthy man, but then died out of a sudden.
What are you talking about?
Oksana, how about the wedding cake? With the groom's figurine, what happened to its head? Did you do something using magic?
No.
But I see that you did practice magic.
I've never done anything bad to anyone in my life.
You told me my Tetiana wouldn't live past 20.
How did you know that?
It was just intuition.
Give me your hand.
Sure.
Excuse me, but what you call intuition is commonly known as the black tongue. It's when you blurt something out without thinking, and it comes true.
Well, yes, I won't deny.
That woman didn't do anything bad to Tetiana's family, but she needs to be very careful about what she says. Despite your words, you loved Serhi as your own son.
We loved him so much. Our souls were dedicated to him.
And you're very sorry such a tragedy occurred to his sister. But you can't come to terms with Tetiana.
It's impossible.
It's hard for her. She's devastated. Her children are gone. She has only her granddaughter left, but the girl lives in your house.
This girl has left 2 grandmothers and a mother. You need to find reconciliation.
Let go of old grudges. You should support Tetiana in her grief, and she needs to see the girl.
Sure, no problem.
Tetiana is happy. She can now embrace her granddaughter, Alina, again. Seeing her grandmother from the yard, the little girl runs up to her.
I love you so much, and I never forget you. The ring.
It's my ring. It simply slipped off my finger. This ring wasn't too big, and it never slipped off my finger before.
I lost my wedding ring this morning. Now your ring has fallen off.
Tetiana is here.
For some reason, her spirit keeps pointing us to rings.
I don't understand why the ring.
Your daughter is pointing at this ring.
It's my wedding ring.
The answer is in it. Someone didn't want your wedding. But who?
My husband's first wife.
Did she ask you to return him?
Yes, she did, but I didn't want him. I even told her to keep him. I didn't want him, and I didn't steal him from her.
Tetiana met her current husband sometime after her first marriage ended. Her son was 3 years old. Vasil gave her a lift in his car, and he fell head over heels in love at first sight. Back then, he was already married, but he said he was planning to divorce because his wife constantly caused him scandals.
He didn't have a normal life with her, but once he filed for a divorce, she suddenly told him she was pregnant.
Tetiana is sure that the woman simply tried to keep her husband, and it worked, because he didn't leave his wife due to her pregnancy. However, Vasil still loved Tetiana and dreamed of being with her, even though she didn't want to hear about it.
He would come to visit me, but I would scold him. You have a wife, a family.
But the man left his family a year after his son was born anyway.
He said, I won't live, but I won't give up on you. We got married the next year, on January 12th.
Vasil raised Tetiana's son as his own. 3 years later, they had a daughter, but both their children eventually died.
Both deaths are related to weddings. The son died shortly after getting married, and the daughter died after the engagement. Could this be the revenge of the abandoned woman because Vasil married someone else?
She came here. She knelt before the icons. I said, Oksana, I'm not running after him. If you love him, take him.
Was she pregnant when she knelt?
Yes, but it wasn't obvious yet.
A pregnant woman who is willing to humble herself to win back her husband is capable of many things.
The name of the first wife of Tetiana's husband, just like that of the mother of her daughter-in-law, is also Oksana. When the clairvoyants arrived at her home, it was already dark.
No one's home.
Later, through other people, Tetiana found out that the woman had gone abroad a few days ago.
Let's go outside.
Tetiana found Oksana's photo on social media. We won't show it due to ethical considerations.
Let me have a look. Here you are. Was there any magic from Oksana? Were there any magical actions directed at Tetiana or her children? There was no magic.
I can hear her shout. She's saying terrible things to you.
Yes, it happened. May you be cursed, and may your children die. She said a lot of things like that.
She shouted, if you marry, your life won't be worth living.
Yes, she did.
I sense that this outcry of pain from the offended woman turned into a curse, and it was what caused the deaths of your children. Due to the unique energy of the pregnant woman, her curse holds immense power. The curse affected all the weddings in your family. That's why your son's marriage and your daughter's engagement became fatal for them.
It was a cry from the soul, an emotional outburst of tears and pain.
She didn't really wish for everything to turn out this way.
But once the words were pronounced, the mechanism was set in motion.
We need to neutralize the curse so it doesn't threaten your granddaughter. We need to perform a ritual. For that, I'll need water from a natural source.
Please give me your wedding ring. Since Tatiana's wedding triggered the curse, we needed to neutralize it through the ring.
It's going to be your family talisman. Take it, Tatiana. Eventually, you'll pass this ring on to your granddaughter. This girl is the continuation of your lineage. Give her all the love you didn't have time to give your children, and your home will be filled with laughter and joy again.
It's such a relief. Life seemed meaningless before, but now there's hope. Thank you so much. At least I'll be able to go on living now.
An incredibly tragic story. Who would have thought that the tears and curses of the pregnant woman could lead to such consequences? If you're impressed by the story, don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel. Many more amazing investigations are coming up. Otherworldly revenge. A man's ghost is hunting his living fiancée. Don't miss the revelation of a terrible betrayal and murder. Olha Demidko from Ukraine and her daughter sent us a letter pleading for help.
We found someone's bones near our house, and now a ghost is trying to kill us. Please help.
A few years ago, when Olha and her daughter were planting a tree behind their house, they dug up a strange find, bones wrapped in a piece of cloth.
It was quite a bundle. There were many of them, and they were all about this size, like my little finger.
After that, some supernatural force settled in the house.
I woke up at night and saw an entity standing in a long, long robe.
Olha says that other people in her family also saw the woman's ghost in the house, and after that, they all died. 5 deaths in one family, and all of them on the 18th day of the month.
The 18th. Aunt Vera, Grandpa, Uncle Sari, Uncle Sasha.
Olha claims she should have died by this time too. In the spring of 2017, a motorcycle hit her, and it also happened on the 18th day of the month.
The impact was powerful. I had a dark blue bruise all over my leg.
Recently, Olha's daughter also saw the ghost. And a week later, Angela was almost killed by a truck. The side wing of the truck came loose and almost fell on her head as she walked by.
It almost killed me.
Most of all, I fear for my daughter. I'm begging the psychics to save our lives.
The experts of our project, Kayal Alekperov and Yaroslava Fedorova, agreed to help Olha and her daughter.
I had a very strange dream last night. I saw a young man kneeling before a girl, like he was making a proposal. Then he lifted his face to her, fell, and died. And the girl, her hands were covered in blood.
But what could it possibly mean?
You know, while working with the photos, I saw a man holding an object that looked like a crescent moon. And he told me, find her. I don't understand who I'm supposed to find.
Strange, but when I was working with the photo of this family, my jinns told me to look for a woman with a bundle of skulls.
Let's go sort it all out.
Look, even their house number is 18.
Could the number be connected to what is happening to them?
Anybody home?
Come in, please. Hello?
Hello.
Thank you for coming.
Hold the cards, please.
Olha, you wrote that you'd found some bones in the yard. I need to tune into that place. According to my senses, the bones are not human, but animal. Just a moment. I don't feel any negative energy coming from the place where the bones were found. It was a talisman.
They were left here to attract prosperity to your home, you see?
A woman from your family brought the bones, but she died a long time ago. The talisman had served its purpose, and now it brings neither good nor harm. Wait, my jinns are now telling me to leave the yard. Angela, the jinns are now showing me a strange picture. I see you standing on the road. There is a vehicle next to you, and everything around you is on fire. I see you surrounded by 18 corpses.
It happened while I was in Germany.
In the summer of 2017, Angela was traveling in Germany and almost got into a terrible accident that was reported by all European media. 2 buses collided right in front of her eyes.
There was an accident, and 18 people burned alive.
The card said that Angela was supposed to be on that bus.
When we arrived there were no vacant seats left, so we decided to wait for the next bus. It's so strange to think that I could have been on that bus too.
Angela, can I have your hand? I see that this ghost has been hunting you since you were a child.
A little girl. She starts suffocating. You drink something.
Milk.
She was taken to the intensive care unit when she was 9.5 months old.
The mother recalls with horror how her little daughter almost died in her arms. The girl suddenly started choking after a few sips of milk. The milk that made your daughter sick was given to her by someone with whom you have very bad relations.
My mother.
That's my grandmother.
I saw in the cards that Olha and her daughter hadn't communicated with Angela's grandmother for a very long time. I don't want to say this in public. We'd better go into the yard. What's your mother's name?
Maria.
Maria. I don't need you, and I don't need your child. And don't even think about giving birth to her.
My mother. She said that this bastard wouldn't exist at all.
Did she mean Angela when she said this?
Yes, she cursed her.
Then, could the ghost that's trying to kill you be bound to you by magic imposed on you by your mother? You and your mother quarreled over the man you loved.
Angela's father. He left me when I was pregnant. I came to him and said that we were going to have a baby, but he told me to have an abortion.
Olha met a man named Mikhailo almost 25 years ago. The couple dated for over a year. The man often invited Olha out, claiming he dreamed she would become his wife one day.
He told me that he used to have a wife, but he divorced her. But it turned out to be completely different.
Only in the 3rd month of pregnancy did the woman find out that Mikhailo had been deceiving her. All this time, the man continued to live with his wife and young child.
After that deception, she never dared to start new relationships.
Your mother thought it was a shame that you were a single parent. The opinion of others was more important to her. But could she somehow be involved in the deaths in your family?
No, she didn't do any magic. She is, above all, a deeply unhappy person.
That's true.
Olha, I think you should forgive your mother. I feel that she wants to communicate with you and her granddaughter. She really needs the support of her family. But if Angela's grandmother never practiced magic, then where did the spirit hunting this family come from?
It's a dead woman's hand. She constantly holds you by the throat. She wears some kind of fair dress.
She's dark-haired and tall. She's been haunting me.
I suddenly saw a silhouette passing by the gate.
Where?
Behind the gate! Quick! Over here! To the yard! Hearing the noise near her house, the hostess came out to the psychics. Hello! What's your name?
Victoria, I have seen you on TV.
You're trembling? What happened?
I'm sorry, I don't feel well.
Careful. Careful, careful. It's like something is choking you. A hand on your throat. The same thing's happening to her.
Victoria is a young mother. Her husband is currently working abroad, and recently she has developed a serious concern about her life.
I couldn't understand if Victoria was being choked by the same woman who was hunting Olha's family, or if it was a different entity.
Please help me.
We need to discuss it. We will come back, and we will help you. Don't you worry. I suggest we split up.
I'll go to Angela and Olha's house. Maybe I'll find some new information there.
And I'll try to tune in again in Victoria's yard.
Could you please bring me a glass of water?
What's there, Yaroslava?
There's a dead man standing there. He has dark eyes, similar to yours.
That's my father.
Meanwhile, Kayal Alekperov is tuning in to the entity hunting Victoria. You are bound to some dead man. I see him tearing some pictures off the walls.
I woke up early in the morning and my icon of the Virgin Mary was on the floor. And my wedding photo was also on the floor.
I feel that this is some kind of revenge. This spirit is trying to choke you.
I sometimes wake up and can't breathe, like someone is choking me.
Wait, who is the man who left scars on your body?
My stepfather. He beat me a lot, and he often choked me. I was 4 years old when I started living with him. My mother moved in with him. The scar is from him.
But your mother saw that your stepfather was abusing you. Why didn't she do anything?
She didn't care at all. The neighbors saved me, but I was taken to an orphanage.
Victoria's mother was deprived of parental rights, and her biological father refused to accept her. Hold on. I see a silhouette over there. It's a man's spirit.
Please help me. Help.
I'll try to perform a ritual to pacify the spirit.
Someone's pushing me in the back. What does he want from me?
I don't know who he is or why he wants you dead yet, but he is standing next to you. Do you see him?
There's a white silhouette in front of me. A white silhouette.
Strangely, Kayal Alekperov sees the spirit of a man, while Yaroslava Fedorova senses the spirit of Olha's father in her house. Is there a connection between these?
Dad, tell me, why did he come?
He came to help you because he loved you very much.
It's true.
Just a moment. I greeted you, and I said goodbye to you.
That's right.
Her father was the only one who came to take Olha from the maternity hospital. Seeing his newborn granddaughter, the man kissed her tiny hand, and he did the same thing before his death when he said his final goodbye to Angela.
He pointed first at Angela and then at my bag, where I keep my cards and my pendulum. Show us what this entity is and why it keeps coming.
As we were going there, it got heavier. I don't understand it. I don't know why.
I felt some very peculiar energy emanating from the floor.
There's a horseshoe down there. My father and I were repairing the floor, and he found the horseshoe there. He put it back and said, "Let it lie there."
A man with a crescent in his hands.
Hello? Yaroslava?
I need your help here.
We need to go to Olha's house. Don't worry. We'll deal with the force that is bound to you. If you'll excuse me. My book says that this horseshoe does no harm. The one who wishes you death is the one to whom it previously belonged, and who was the first owner of the house. My book says that this place belonged to a woman, and it is she who you see in your house. And all this is because the house was taken from her by force.
She was rich. She was deprived of her house because she had wealth.
My book says that she was of noble birth.
Karitonenko was the only noble man in the area. He was a famous philanthropist.
The Karitonenkos were one of the most influential families of philanthropists and sugar factory owners in the 19th and 20th centuries. Ivan Karitonenko Jr., who became one of the main sugar factory owners in Ukraine, made his family famous. During the Bolshevik Revolution, the Karitonenkos had to flee to France, but one of Ivan Karitonenko's granddaughters, Maria, stayed. During the period of dekulakization, her property and house were taken by the Bolsheviks, and the fate of the property's owner remained unknown.
At the moment when that woman was driven out of her own home, she cursed this house and all its future owners. I feel that this happened on the 18th day of a month. The woman with the bundle of skulls from my morning vision was the former owner of the house. Yaroslava, we need to perform a ritual. I will cleanse the house of the curse, and you will release the woman's spirit. Your house is clean now.
She won't return.
However, there's still the entity bound to Victoria. We need to help her too. A spirit is trying to kill her.
He's not just dead, he was murdered. Victoria, whom did you kill? Your hands are in his blood.
No, I never killed anybody.
My book says that your biological father is hiding the secret of some murder. Where does he live?
It's not far from here.
Can we talk to somebody, please?
We don't wish to talk to you.
This woman is the wife of Victoria's father. But why don't she or her husband want to come out to the psychics? My book says that a young man was killed, and your father's hands are in his blood.
Because my father killed Valeri, my boyfriend, I loved him.
The awful tragedy happened 3 years ago.
My father called me and asked me to come over. His birthday was soon, and he asked me to help them with the preparation. I was surprised. He hadn't phoned me for years.
Victoria was so eager to fix her relationship with her biological father that she immediately responded to his request.
So I went there, and then the celebration started. He asked me, "Are you dating someone?" I said yes. He told me to invite him.
The young man arrived in the evening to pick up Victoria and take her home, but her drunk father started threatening her fiancé.
He started a fight, and then he grabbed a pneumatic gun and said, "I'll shoot you now." Valerie said, "Go ahead." And then I heard the bang. Valerie started falling slowly, and I ran up to him. He lay in my arms and died in my arms.
And then I realized. Victoria was the girl from the vision that I had before the investigation.
Your father did not face punishment for this. How is that possible?
I didn't testify in court. Dad asked me not to tell anyone for the sake of our communication.
Victoria was the only witness to this murder, so when the police arrived, she said that it was an accident. Eventually, the man received a 1-year suspended sentence for negligent homicide, instead of the proper sentence for the brutal murder. Your father lied to you, as he continues to ignore you.
I was driving by, taking my son to the kindergarten, and he came out and didn't even wave hello.
The young man who was killed, Valery, he loved you very much, and it turns out that you betrayed him. Victoria's murdered fiancé is coming from the other world because he's hurt by what she did. We need to go to the place of his death.
He was murdered here.
You need to ask him to forgive you. We can only help summon his spirit.
I hear him. Valerie, forgive me. I am guilty, but I only realize it now. Please, forgive me. Don't take me there. I want to live so much.
Close your eyes and break the mirror.
He forgives you because he still loves you.
I'm so grateful.
What an incredible investigation. 2 families, each with its own tragedy. And thanks to the clairvoyance, lives were saved. If you're impressed by the story, give this video a like and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Many more amazing investigations are coming up.